Welcome back to AF Tales. Today's story follows a man who helps his neighbor build her dream Airbnb, only to find out she sees him as nothing more than a free handyman she can control. As you listen, notice the moment where you think he should have walked away. My friend said, "He's my free handyman." I replied, "Pay me what I'm worth." Then I sent a formal invoice, saved every text, stayed silent online, and I just watched as an inspector, a court date, and a shocking family betrayal blew up her perfect Airbnb brand. My name is Jake. I am 29, a licensed electrician in Nashville. I thought I was just helping someone I cared about. Her name is Harper, 27, a content creator and social media manager for a small agency downtown. We live in the same East Nashville building, one of those converted warehouses with exposed brick and an expensive coffee shop on the ground floor. We met 8 months ago during a thunderstorm. The power in our hallway went out. Emergency lights failed and the stairwell was pitch black. Harper was stuck outside in the rain, scared to walk up in total darkness. I went down to the utility room, reset the breaker, got the lights back on. She thanked me a dozen times, snapped a picture and posted it on Instagram calling me her hero electrician. I thought she was cute. I did not think much beyond that. Then the messages started. "Hey, you are an electrician, right? My bedroom outlet is making this weird buzzing sound and I am freaking out. Can you take a quick look?" I went up, fixed it in 5 minutes, loose connection. She tried to give me $20. I said not to worry, we were neighbors. She smiled. "You are amazing. Let me buy you coffee sometime as thanks." The coffee never happened. Every time I suggested we actually meet up and grab that coffee, she was slammed with work, or had content deadlines, or plans with friends. 2 weeks later, another message. "I am setting up my filming corner and need studio lighting installed. I do not trust myself with electrical stuff. Would you help? I will totally buy you dinner after." My dad was an electrician too. He taught me to help people when I could. He also warned me there is a big difference between doing a favor and becoming someone's doormat. I thought about that, then told myself this was different. She was kind. She said she felt safer when I handled it. The dinner never happened either, but the requests kept coming. New outlets for ring lights, hiding TV wires behind walls, replacing sparking switches. Each time she would pay in coffee, tacos, or shout-outs on Instagram. Never actual money. Never time with me that did not involve me holding tools. My best friend Ethan is a bartender. He has a good radar for red flags. One night he looked at me and said, "Jake, I am going to ask you something and I want the real answer. When is the last time you hung out with this girl when she did not need something fixed?" I thought about it. I could not come up with one time. "She is using you," he said. "You are her on-call handyman. What does she do for you?" I got defensive. Said he was being cynical, that not everyone had an angle. He just shook his head. "Sometimes the people who care about you see the pattern long before you do." My sister Maggie, an elementary school teacher who spends all day watching kids repeat the same mistakes, said almost the same thing a month later. "Jake, I love you, but you are being willfully blind. She only calls when she needs you." That is not friendship. That is using someone. I told her it was not that simple. I liked Harper. I thought we were building something, even if it was slow. Then came the big favor. Harper and her mom bought an old house to turn into an Airbnb. It needed a full electrical update. New wiring, fixtures, panel balancing, the works. She came to me. "I trust you more than any contractor, and it would be amazing exposure for your business. I feel safer when you are the one doing it." I gave her a friends and family rate, $4,000 for work worth $8. We kept the paperwork informal. She was my neighbor. I trusted her. I spent 4 full weekends and a bunch of evenings at that house, drilling holes, pulling wire, installing fixtures until my hands cramped. She would bring lunch sometimes and talk about her vision. "You are making my dreams come true, Jake. None of this would be possible without you." This is the kind of sentence that feels like affection but can also be a way to keep you working without asking what you need in return. The Airbnb launched 2 weeks ago. Harper threw a big party to celebrate. About 40 people, a photographer, catered food. She asked me to come, said I deserved to see the finished product after all my work. I went. I stood near the kitchen, picking at a little cracker with Brie, looking around at all the lights I had installed. On the back patio, the sliding door was cracked open. I heard Harper talking with some of her friends. They did not know I could hear. One friend asked, "What is the deal with your electrician? Are you two together? He is in like half your renovation videos." Harper laughed. I will never forget the way she sounded. "Oh no, Jake is sweet, but there is nothing romantic. He is like husband material, I guess. Stable, dependable, super boring. I'm not ready for that energy. I need someone with more edge." They laughed. Then Harper added, "Honestly, he is basically my free handyman. He is too nice to say no to anything." Her friend said, "That is genius. Keep him around." "Yeah," Harper said. "He totally bought it." I stood there holding that cracker and felt my chest go cold. I did not confront her. I am not the guy who makes scenes at parties. I congratulated her one more time, said the place looked great, and went home. That night I sent the message I had been avoiding. "Would you want to grab dinner sometime, like a real date?" I needed to hear her say it straight, not just through a half-open door. Her reply came the next morning. "Jake, you are seriously one of the most amazing people I know. You have been so good to me and I value our friendship so much. But I need to be honest that I do not feel that kind of spark with you. You are too stable. I am not ready to settle down. Please do not disappear though. I really need you in my life." There it was, clear as day, no spark, but please stay useful. My sister came over that night. I showed her Harper's message and told her what I had overheard. Maggie did not even let me finish. "Send her a bill," she said. "You did that work at half price because you thought you were helping a friend. She has told you she is not your friend, so she can pay what she owes." So I did. I sent Harper a professional invoice for $3,800, itemized list of hours and materials, still well below the real value of the job. She did not respond. 3 days passed. Nothing. But she kept posting from the Airbnb like everything was perfect. My name was nowhere. Ethan said, "She is not going to pay. She is going to decide you are mad about the rejection and pretend this is some creepy revenge." I did not want to believe him. Then my phone started lighting up. Everyone I know was sending me the same video, Harper's TikTok. She sat in the living room of the Airbnb, the one I wired. Soft lighting, sad music. She talked about hiring an electrician who seemed nice but acted weird and overly friendly. She said that when she gently turned him down, he retaliated by demanding thousands of dollars she did not owe. She called it creepy contractor energy. Told women to be careful who they let into their homes. She never said my name, but she showed the exact rooms I had wired. My work. The comments were brutal. Hundreds of people calling me a creep. A nice guy predator, saying I had expected romance in exchange for labor. Telling her to report me. I sat on my couch in disbelief. She had taken a real business issue and turned it into a story about a dangerous man to avoid paying a bill. Ethan came over immediately. "We are documenting everything," he said. "Do not post. Do not reply. Just show me everything." We spent hours taking screenshots, every text, every request, the original pricing discussion, the invoice timestamp that proved I sent it after her rejection, not before. He had me write out a timeline while it was fresh. The next morning my boss, Tom, called me into his office. A corporate client had seen the video and wanted answers. Tom said, "I need to hear your side." I showed him all of it, the texts, the invoice, the pictures from before and after. He believed me. Then he shook his head. "Jake, here is something you need to learn. Never mix business with someone you have a crush on. Get everything in writing. If they do not treat you like a real professional, walk away before it blows up." 2 days later, I got a direct message from someone named Lily. "I am Harper's cousin. We need to talk. I saw the TikTok. I know what she is saying is not true. I have proof." We met at a coffee shop. Lily showed me screenshots from a family group chat between Harper, her mom Linda, and some friends. "Jake is doing amazing work and barely charging anything," Harper had written. "I'm getting like a 70% discount just by being nice to him." Linda replied, "That is smart, honey. Guys like that will do anything if you keep them around and make them feel special." Later, Harper wrote, "He asked me out and I had to let him down easy. Hopefully he does not get weird about the money." Linda replied, "If he does, just play the victim." "You are a woman with a platform. Who do you think people will believe?" Reading those lines, my stomach turned. Lily said, "When she posted that TikTok, I realized it had gone too far. She is lying about you in public. I am tired of watching her do this." I asked Lily why she was helping me. "Because this is not right," she said. "Some bridges deserve to burn." Now I had everything. The TikTok, the texts, the invoice. The family chat showing Harper had planned to use me and then, if needed, use her platform against me. My sister said, "Sue her for defamation and for the unpaid bill." Ethan said, "Talk to a lawyer." Tom said, "At least clear your name and get what you are owed." Part of me wanted to post those screenshots everywhere and watch the comments flip. Another part of me was just tired. I did not want a public war. I just wanted my work respected and my license safe. Then the fire happened. Last Friday, I got a call from Robert Chen, electrical inspector with Metro Nashville codes. "Mr. Miller, there was an electrical fire at the Airbnb 2 nights ago. Nobody hurt, but there is damage. Your permit is on file. We need to talk." I told him what I had installed and when. I said I had not been back since October and had no idea anything had changed. He asked me to come in. At his office, he showed me photos. Blackened studs, charred wire, a breaker panel partly melted. He pointed at circuits on the photos that I had never touched. "Did you install these?" he asked. "No," I said. "My work stopped at the breakfast nook. That panel is not mine." "Someone added a lot of work after you," he said. "Badly. They overloaded a system you had balanced. That is what caused the fire." Then he added something that made my jaw clench. "Miss James filed an insurance claim stating you were responsible for all of the wiring, including the bad circuits." She was trying to blame me for a fire caused by wiring I did not do. I left his office and drove straight to Ethan's bar. "She hired someone else," he said. "After you sent the invoice." I pulled up Harper's Instagram. A few weeks back, she had posted photos with a new guy named Tyler. The caption called him her creative partner, helping bring the final vision to life. DJ, part-time handyman. There he was in her photos, inside open panels, wires hanging out, tools everywhere. No permit tag anywhere in sight. I screenshotted everything and sent it to Inspector Chen. He called the next morning. We confronted Miss James. At first she tried to blur the details, but when we showed her the posts, she admitted hiring Tyler after you abandoned the project. I had not abandoned anything. I had finished what we agreed. Inspector Chen said, "I checked Tyler. No license, no contractor registration, no insurance. Every bit of his work was illegal. It directly caused the fire. Your work is clean and up to code. I am clearing you fully in my report. If anyone blames you, send them to me." Harper's TikTok vanished not long after. Someone in her life finally realized how bad this could get. Lily later told me the family was in chaos. Harper and Linda were fighting about who was to blame. Insurance was investigating false statements. Airbnb shut the listing down pending repairs and a new inspection. The costs were stacking up fast. My sister looked at me and said, "Jake, you have everything now. You are cleared by the inspector. You have proof she lied and used you. Do not just let this fade. Protect yourself." Ethan said, "You have been playing defense for months. Time to go on offense." I hired a lawyer named Frank. He looked through the entire file and said, "You have a very solid case for your unpaid invoice and for the damage she did to your reputation. At minimum, we go to small claims and get what you are owed." So I filed for the unpaid bill and fees. Harper countersued for emotional distress, saying I harassed her and pressured her into a relationship. She submitted the deleted TikTok as evidence and asked for $15,000. Frank read her claim and shook his head. This is weak. But we still answer every line. The judge needs a clear picture. Court was on December 10th. Harper came with her mother and a young lawyer in an expensive suit. She would not look at me. Judge Pearson, a woman in her 50s with steady energy, heard Harper's side first. Her lawyer argued that I had pursued Harper, that she had gently set a boundary, and that I had weaponized a business invoice after rejection. Judge Pearson asked Harper directly, "Did you ever tell Mr. Miller the electrical work would be free?" Harper hesitated. "We had an understanding it was a favor between friends." "Is that written anywhere?" the judge asked. "No, it was implied." Then it was my turn. We showed the text where Harper requested the work, the written pricing, photos of my finished installations. Inspector Chen's report, which clearly pinned the fire on unlicensed work done after I left. The judge asked, "Who did the wiring that caused the fire?" "I hired someone else to finish some things," Harper said quietly. "Was he licensed?" "No." "Did you pull permits?" "No." "And in your insurance claim, did you state that Mr. Miller was responsible for all the wiring?" Harper tried to split hairs. The judge did not buy it. Then Lily testified. She showed the family chat screenshots, Harper bragging about getting cheap labor, Linda advising her to use her platform if I pushed on the money. Harper never mentioned feeling unsafe until after he sent the invoice, Lily said. The judge took a short recess and then came back with a very clear ruling. "I see no evidence that Mr. Miller harassed Miss James. Asking someone on a date once does not equal emotional distress." The video Miss James posted appears to be a deliberate misrepresentation of events in order to avoid paying for services. The counterclaim is dismissed in full. Miss James and Miss James's mother are ordered to pay Mr. Miller $4,230 within 30 days. Harper looked like she might cry. Linda looked angry but quiet. Their lawyer packed his papers. I walked out of the courthouse feeling lighter than I had in months. The check arrived a short time later. No note, just payment. The Airbnb is now listed for sale. Insurance denied a big part of the claim. Between the repairs, lost bookings, and fines, Linda decided to cut her losses. Harper is still online. Her following dipped. Not massive, but enough that she probably notices. Sometimes people ask what happened to the Airbnb project. She does not answer. "My life looks different now. Tom sends me more side jobs." He tells clients I handled a messy situation with professionalism and paperwork. My reputation did not just survive. It got stronger because I documented everything and stayed calm. My sister has stopped calling me a doormat. She still sends me the occasional screenshot of a quote about boundaries, but now it is half joke, half reminder. I also met someone. Rachel is a teacher I met while volunteering at Maggie's community center. They were running a workshop where kids built simple LED circuits. Rachel and I ended up helping one group troubleshoot their project. After the workshop, Maggie suggested coffee. Rachel said that sounded great. We have been seeing each other for a few weeks. It is simple and easy, no favors attached, no pressure to prove my worth by fixing things. Last week, she mentioned a flickering light in her classroom. I offered to check it out. She said, "Only if I can pay you. You are a professional. Your work has value." That sentence landed deeper than she knew. My work has value. I have value beyond what I can do for people. Harper never saw that, or maybe she did and chose to ignore it. Either way, it does not matter anymore. I did not go after her to ruin her life or drag her name through the mud. I cleared my own name, got paid for my work, and left a situation that was built on using me. That is enough. Lesson 1. Kindness is not the same as being available on command. If someone only calls when they need something, that is not a relationship. That is a service. Lesson 2. Your skills have value. Friends can get a discount, but real friends still expect to pay you for real work. Lesson 3. If a person laughs about you behind your back and tells you to stay in their life because you are useful, believe their actions, not their compliments. Lesson 4. Documentation protects you. Screenshots, contracts, and permits turn, he said, she said, into simple facts. Lesson 5. You do not have to destroy someone to protect yourself. Sometimes the win is getting paid, clearing your name, and walking away. Lesson 6. The right people will match your kindness instead of using it. They will respect your boundaries, your work, and your time. What about you? At what point in this story would you have walked away from Harper? And have you ever realized too late that someone saw you as a tool instead of a person? Share your thoughts in the comments.